Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, we are going to go over iterators in Python. Iterators are basically a simple way to get the next value in a list or something you can iterate over. It's kind of handy because it actually just kind of holds the pointer to the next thing, so you don't have to kind of have a pointer yourself. So let's jump into it. Boop. Alrighty, let me reorganize this a little bit here so we can see everything. Okay. All right. So, iterators. Let's start out by making something we can iterate over. So we'll call it my list, 1, 2, 3, 4, classic. And let's make our first iterator. We will do my list iter equals iter, and then give it my list. So if you just give something iter or the start of iterator, it will give you an iterator object. So now that we have an iterator object, what we can actually do is print. Oh, don't know. Oh, I pressed Shift Enter somehow. We can print my list iter, and let's see what this says. Oh, I started Python somehow in a new thing. So here we go. Okay. We run this, we can see it's a list iterator. And now what we can do is we can call next for it, but it's actually a function that is built in. So we're going to call next and pass my list iterator. When we call this, we're going to get 1. But if we just copy the same line, and we do it a few more times, each time it'll print the next value. So we run it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we print a final one, we actually get an error because there are no more things to iterate over. So you have to be a little bit careful when you're iterating over things. But yeah, let's create a class that is actually a type of iterator. We'll call it myNumbers. And we will actually define an iter function. And within this iter function, we're going to call self.num equals 1. And we're going to return self. Okay. Next, we're going to create a new function here called next. We're going to pass, next we're going to create next, and we're going to have self within there. We're going to say x equals self.num. Then we're going to say self.num plus equals 1. And then we're going to return x. Okay, that's it. That is our whole iterator class. Now, what this is going to do, let's create our my iter, and we will do my numbers. So right now when we do this, it's just going to be a type of this my numbers class, but it's not actually going to have anything special really going on. Nothing, no values even will exist. But what we can do is actually just let's just make or pass it to an iterator. And now what this is going to do is it's going to instantiate this, basically create this class, and then it's going to call the iter function on it because it's wrapping it, and that's what these double lines typically mean. So now we are calling iter, which means self.num will be set, and it's going to return self. So we're really going to get the return iterator object. Now what we can do is we can call print next of my iter. And we are going to basically call this now. So this is going to be called for this iterator that we have, and it's going to create a variable, set that variable to whatever the current value is of number. We're going to increment the number, and then we're going to return whatever that was before. So let's see what we got. Let's get rid of these for now, and let's run. Okay, we get 1. Now, if we just kind of do a bunch of these, we can see that we're just going to keep going. The kind of fun thing about this though is that we don't have a list. This isn't based off of anything. So we can call this as many times as we want, and it will just keep printing out the next value because we're just going to keep adding 1 every single time. Now, because this is still a class though, we can actually still add things to the class that may be helpful to be able to get. So for instance, we can define like current number. If we needed to we need to pass self because everything needs a self, and we're going to return self.num. So the reason this could be useful is because say we need some kind of way to iterate and create a new number every single time. Having self.num and this current number means we can actually grab the number that's the current number, the one that we've been using, without jumping to the next number. Because every time we call next myIter, it's going to get the next one, which kind of would get messy if you tried to figure out the past number using that. So let's do print myIter dot current number, and we can see. Okay, we get 1, 2, 3, 3. Right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 3. So the reason that this was a 3, and so I guess, yeah, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you might think that this should be a 2 because the current number is actually the one that we got before, which I can understand. But the reason this is actually a 3 is because then our next actually increments the value before, or like within this. So it actually is going to give the current value will be 1 more than what we wanted. So if we wanted to fix that, we could always just do self minus 1. And if we run this, we can get 1, 2, 2. And then this is a little bit more probably what we wanted. Alrighty, so that's actually it for iterators. Pretty simple little useful tool you can have within Python and a lot of other languages. And yeah, I hope this was helpful. As always, feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. If you want to be notified for the next video, ring that bell. And yeah, hopefully you learned something today. And if not, then keep watching and we'll learn something. So yeah, have a good one. And remember, never stop learning. Cheers.